When you open Koolmesh after the first installation, the app will ask you which mode you want to use. Basic mode is for fast sensor setup and simple commissioning. Advanced mode is for scenes, advanced logic, and more detailed system behavior. Let's start selecting basic mode. And don't worry, this choice is not permanent. You can always change the mode later in the app settings. You can switch from basic mode to advanced mode and back again whenever needed. Now let's look at the main difference. In basic mode, all device settings are shown on one single screen. In advanced mode, the device is split into its functional blocks, allowing deeper configuration. When we open a device in basic mode, the workflow is very simple. Let's open this luminaire with sensor, training room, light 1. Here we can see all the main settings in one place. General settings, sensor settings, push button settings, and so on. At the top, we can see the general lighting settings. Here we can adjust values such as brightness level and color temperature. Then we have the sensor control section. In basic mode, the sensor configuration is simplified. We can define key values such as the hold time and the standby time. The behavior is also limited to the most common control strategies, such as corridor function, named tri-level control, or daylight harvest. Below that, we can also access push button settings. And finally, we have some network level setup functions. Here we can create basic scenes or schedules depending on the requirements. One especially useful function is the option to copy parameters from one device to another. This can save a lot of time during commissioning. Now let's switch to advanced mode. To do this, we go to Settings and change the app mode. When we select advanced mode, the app reminds us that this mode gives access to more possibilities, but also requires understanding scene-based logic. In advanced mode, we first define what the lighting should do through scenes, and then what triggers those scenes: a motion sensor, daylight sensor, push button, kinetic switch, schedule, or another input. Now, if we go back to a device, we can immediately see the difference. The device configuration is no longer shown on one single screen. Instead, it is divided into functional blocks. The luminaire settings are in one section. The motion sensor, the daylight sensor push buttons, kinetic switches, and other sensors or inputs are also in separate sections. Now let's open the motion sensor. If it was previously configured in basic mode, the app will show a warning. That's fine. We can overwrite it and continue in advanced mode. Here the sensor can be configured in much more detail, calling different scenes depending on presence, hold time, standby, or vacancy. This is the key difference. Basic mode gives a fast sensor setup. Advanced mode gives full control over sensor logic and scene behavior.